Here comes your pre-market summary for Wednesday, March 29th. Futures trying to hold on to positive territory here. Nice bounce really for the S&P and the NASDAQ at this point. We are seeing a little bit of weakness coming through with the Dow. Big Dow 30 to the downside so far off a pretty volatile session yesterday, depending on what you're looking at. Individual names obviously putting in bigger moves. Here's how futures are setting up right now. 0.8 for the S&P. You can see the Dow lagging a bit there. 0.34 downside. 0.87 meanwhile for the NASDAQ and tech on a nice bounce so far here in the pre-market. 1.14 for crude oil back to the upside. Still some positivity. If you remember yesterday, Ethereum was relatively strong when it comes to crypto land, 0.5% meanwhile. For Bitcoin, that's on the 12-hour, but decent move back upside for both Bitcoin and Ethereum overall in the 24-hour period. Not much on the economic front so far this morning. We are going to get a couple of Fed speakers today. Dobek coming through at 8:05. We'll also get more from Fed's bar. Remember, they're doing this Senate banking hearing for the next couple of days. I believe it's 3 days in length. So more on the banking front, potentially coming from Fed's bar. Overall, that's how the market's setting up so far this morning. We're grinding into this range for the S&P and the NASDAQ. Top end of the range, obviously some relative strength here for tech over the past couple of weeks, as we've been discussing. Relative strength, to say the least, this morning for LULU. Huge move, more than 15% at one point in the pre-market here for Lululemon after a great report. Forecast better than expected as well. So all kinds of upside potential here for LULU today. We'll talk about chip stocks once again. Micron with, let's face it, a pretty ugly report, but still trending higher here in the pre-market for MU shares so far this morning. As I mentioned, crypto stocks back to the upside as well, trying to bounce. Coin, Mara, some of the mining-related equities specifically putting in bigger moves so far than Coinbase. Apple as well. This was out yesterday, launching their own buy now, pay later service. Apple upside so far in the pre-market, along with some other big tech names showing strength, as I mentioned. Baba showing strength as well. What a move yesterday for Alibaba, more than 15% at the top. Back in that top end of the range. It is slightly lower so far pre-market, but we'll have a look at Alibaba once again. We'll also have a look at AMC, obviously pretty exciting late in the day yesterday on that Amazon rumor. It turned out that Amazon had been looking at AMC as a distressed asset for quite some time. Basically said they're not interested in paying a premium, though. We will check it out regardless. Grab the watch list, guys. Use that QR code on screen. We're coming up at 8:30. We'll see you shortly on TraderTV.Live.